and welcome to another episode of ADHD with me, Sarah, Waiting Mama, and
me, Donna, Unravel Tea.
Join us today as we talk about time blindness, body doubling, dopamine quests, and all the other incredible things of life with an ADHD brain. So you're very lucky that we're even here today. We had all manner of shenanigans to navigate before we even got this far. So, Donna, do you want to let everybody know what happened?
Let's ask you first. What's in your cup and what's on your mind?
So today in my cup is Siren's Clarity, the blend that I want to say inspired, because I didn't like most amazing things that happen in my life. I talked about it, but I didn't actually do anything to make it happen, which you did. But it's incredible, and I love it, and I drink buckets of the stuff. It's absolutely incredible. Siren's Clarity.
And what's on your mind?
What's on my mind? How lucky we actually are to be here, and resilience, and how you and I are so different in that I want to give up and throw in the towel at the smallest little hurdle, and you are Miss Resilience, and I just love
it. Problem solving.
Yeah. Our very different approaches to problem solving. And what's in your cup today?
In my cup today is actually the Darjeeling that I was drinking before, because I can't get enough of it, and I'm going to have to stop drinking my stock because it's, other people need to try it too. If anyone wants to have a wee look, it is actually called Nalin's Choice Darjeeling, because my amazing tea mentor sent me a message and said, Donna, you need this, you must buy this. I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, it is. I've never tasted a Darjeeling, and this is absolutely mind-blowingly amazing. So yes. So what's on my mind? Yep, I'm the same. After all the stuff that happened, I still don't actually know what the problem was. But basically, I couldn't connect to the Zoom call for half an hour.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I tried all the things that I could think of. And I think I was almost at the end of my list of things that I could try. And then I was like, I've not tried connecting via VPN. And I tried connecting via VPN and it worked.
It worked, yeah. I was literally like coming up with alternative days and dates and times that we could do this. And Donna's like, oh, wait, I'm going to try one more thing. And then one more thing turned into one more thing. And then, ta-da, we did it. So, yeah.
You make it sound like it didn't last half an hour. It lasted about half an hour.
Yeah, but most of that half an hour was me sitting going, yeah, we'll just do it tomorrow. We'll just do it tomorrow. And then all the while you're working feverishly to diagnose and solve the problem. And then here we are. So, yeah, this is why I need you in my life, so that when I feel like giving up, you're like, no, let's try just one more thing. And
yeah, that's why I always do, especially if it's like little niggling things like that. That shouldn't happen and it should be working. Why is it not working? And I have to know why it's not working. But it's bad because sometimes I get these thoughts and I need to know why things are not working in the middle of the night. So I'm like Googling things, going, I must know this thing or else I cannot sleep.
Yeah, this is why we're very different. And I would like to say it's an intuitive thing. Yes, I'm gonna give myself the grace to say yes, it's an intuitive thing rather than just my dodgy brain thing. But I kind of go, when something doesn't work, I kind of go, there's a reason for this. There's an actual reason for this. The universe is telling me something. I need to divert my attention to something else, and it's tomorrow me's problem. But then that does kind of give me a hall pass sometimes on days when I just can't be bothered, and that's not a good thing. So this is why, like I say, it's good to have you in my life, because it's like more balanced, and you're like, yes, and let's try this, and yes, and let's try this, and then you'll get me back on track faster than I would on my own.
Yeah. No, I like that idea, the whole intuitive thing as well. I get that, and I get that to a point, and I hate not knowing why something's not working. I really, really, really strongly dislike it. So sometimes I will tell myself like I'm not. Normally, it's after like 2 or 3 hours of trying to figure it out. Um, I will be like, that's it. I can't deal with this anymore. I do actually need to move on to this next thing because this is ridiculous.
I've
Yeah.
noticed you do that actually when you set yourself an allotted time for doing something. You'll allocate windows of time to certain things, and it feels like you're quite disciplined at moving on to the next thing. No, I wish you
No,
could see your face.
I,
Everybody be like, wait, what?
I have the whole time blindness thing, so I have to. A lot of the time I don't know how long something's going to take me. I will set an alarm for things because if I don't do that, I'll still be doing it at like 2 o'clock in the morning in the dark because I forgot to switch the light on and I forgot to eat and I forgot to drink
Yeah,
anything and I wonder why I feel terrible because I'm dehydrated.
yeah, yeah. That is, that's something I don't even have. Like, obviously, I've got a phone that's got an alarm function on it, but I never use it. I saw someone on TikTok the other day setting herself an alarm for an hour to clean the kitchen. And I was like, wow, that is genius because it like you're not chaining yourself to the thing for the whole you're literally as much as I can do in an hour and that is it. And it's such a good thing. So I definitely want to adopt that because yeah, I don't know how long this is gonna take. It all feels overwhelming, so I won't even start, which is not a vibe. Like
What I do, taking that a little bit, it's a little bit different, I suppose. I will pick a podcast for however long I want to do something and I will listen to that podcast and depends, some things will need finished, but if something's not finished, like if tidying something, I'll be like, right, I'll see how much I can get done. I'm finishing at this time because I need to do something else, but I will listen to the podcast at the same time, so it's not just like I'm waiting for that alarm to go off
yeah, yeah.
because else I will just I'll just have to sit and wait for the alarm to go off.
Yeah, 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 it's definitely. I've also noticed lately the body doubling really helps me so much. Tidying or something that I really don't want to do, but it gets to the point where it's like making me unwell because I'm like, I don't want to do it, but I can't stop thinking about it either. And it's like
Mm-hmm.
growing into this monster in the corner of the room, like coming to gobble me up. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll go to my husband, right? You don't have to do it for me, but sit with me while I do it and talk to me. And I guess it's the same concept as the podcast. Sit with
Mm-hmm.
me while I do this thing. And it
Mm-hmm.
never ends up taking as much time or energy or effort as you think it's going to. And definitely
Mm-hmm.
not as much energy as you put into avoiding the damn thing. Like
Oh, no, the avoidances just gets too much sometimes. I'm
it's too
exactly
much
the same.
energy, it's too much effort. But yeah, having somebody there to just don't want to say background noise because that's really underselling my husband, but like just company and just like a bit of moral support, like a bit of a cheerleader. And then he'll say, right, I'll make you a cup of coffee or whatever when you're finished, or I'll make you or a bar of chocolate or something when you're finished. And it's like, yeah, okay, so we've got a prize at the end as well. This is awesome. Like
Yay! I
yeah,
completed my quest.
yeah, exactly. And I know I realize that makes me sound like a 6 year old, but
No, absolutely
it's
not.
like,
Gamification is real. There's
yeah,
no shame in it.
yeah. It's just, I always find the more I've put something off, the easier, like once it's done, you're like, why did I put that off for so long? Why did I?
Hmm.
And same even with conversations with people. Like if you're going, I really need to have this conversation with somebody, and it really like, yeah, and it just starts weighing on you, and you play out every possible outcome, every possible scenario, and then the reality is like way more straightforward than you thought it was going to be. Like, why do we do it to
Hmm.
ourselves? Is that a norm? Does everyone do that, or is that just
I do it. I don't think that you should base my
yeah,
brain as
we're probably not, we're not a snapshot of the whole of society. To
a.
be fair, I wonder is that an ADHD thing or is it a human
I've
thing in
heard that
general?
it. Yeah, I've heard that it is. It's like whole kind
Okay.
of playing out all the things and catastrophizing. That's
Yeah.
the word my husband uses for me.
Yes.
Thanks.
Yeah. So we
Before
talked
the.
about like catastrophizing and all that, and how we reckon it's an ADHD thing rather than a like society at large human condition thing.
So yes, just as a note, our recording was interrupted because I had a delivery, and now all I want to do is play with the body butter bar that I got, and I just want to use it. I can't think of anything else. So Sarah's trying to keep me on track and failing miserably. So
No, I was going to say that the quest for dopamine hit is more impassioned when you're doing something that is not filling your cup, when you're doing something that's boring you, essentially. Or something. But then it's probably not the best, the best way to say it in the context of this conversation, because that means I'm boring you then.
Yes, exactly. I was wondering where you were going with this.
But yeah, I definitely find that the shiny objects and the dopamine quest is more prevalent when I'm doing something that is boring the life out of me. And I guess the flip side of that is the time blindness comes in when it's something that you're really engrossed in, because you can literally lose days.
Oh yeah. I often, like I mentioned earlier about the whole thing of, oh, I'm sitting here and it's dark and I'm still doing the thing. And my husband works shifts, so sometimes if I'm doing that, he'll come in at like 11 o'clock at night and be like, "Why is the light off?" I haven't noticed.
It's off because it was never on in the first place.
Exactly. I didn't switch it off. And that's the times that I haven't set anything, or I'm not listening to podcasts, or I'm editing this podcast. Actually, that happened. Did happen. That was when I got the episode uploaded at 7 minutes to midnight on the Thursday.
Oh wow. See, that makes me feel really guilty, because I was probably catching the Zeds completely unconscious, like stuck in editing hell.
It's fine. I actually enjoy editing the podcast. I do enjoy it. But yeah, I didn't realize like how much other things I needed to do, and yeah.
Note to self: I need to be picking up the things that fall into other bracket, so that you're not doing everything. Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode of ADHD. You can find me on any of my Unravel Tea socials, mostly Instagram. It's probably the best place to get me. And you can find Sarah on any of her Wheelie Mama socials, probably TikTok. Is that the best place to get you just now?
At the moment, for sure. Yeah.
Brilliant. So yeah, go follow her on TikTok. She does little live videos and she does lots of fun things. So definitely go see what she's doing. You can also get in touch with both of us ish on Instagram at ADHD the podcast, and also on Threads, which is probably more likely you'll get in touch with us. So yes, if you could also give us a wee like and subscribe as well, so you don't miss any future episodes, because I will probably forget to tell you when I've uploaded them, but it will be every Friday at 4 a.m. Don't ask me why 4 a.m. It's just what happened. Anyway, thank you. Okay, bye-bye. Thank you so much for listening, and we will catch you next week.